Guys, we are up so big right now. This has been an incredible summer transfer window for Major League Soccer, just with the name recognition, players, quality, and it's just the beginning. Hopefully, it just gets even better than what it's been so far. But last night, even though this has been rumored, we got reports that were saying that Heung-min Son Heung-min was going to sign with LAFC and that he had told Tottenham he wanted to leave and explore other options, which points to him going to LAFC. So we're going to talk about what this means for LAFC, what this means for Major League Soccer, and what Son has left to give because he is 33 years old, but I still think he's good. I still think he has the quality to be a very good player and dominate Major League Soccer. And then also talk about where this ranks all time in MLS signings. I mean, think about this. We have Son, we have Thomas Muller. Now, Thomas Muller obviously wouldn't be maybe as big of a signing to some people based on where he signed, but because it's Vancouver and because of who he is, it's a big deal to me. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. With your help, I know we will reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Now, back to the video. So, Son to LAFC, Thomas Muller to the Vancouver Whitecaps, and Rodrigo de Paul to Inter Miami. This has been an incredible start to the summer transfer window for Major League Soccer, and it's only going to get better as things ramp up and pick up. Let's see. We got several comments already. A. Michael says, sad to see him leave Tottenham. Happy to see him go to MLS. Mr. says, hi, Will. Appreciate you, Mr. We actually have a somewhat early stream for you in the UK today. Miguel says, we need more teams making big signings. It's always LA, Miami, New York City with an occasional smaller team. Well, that's what we said about Muller, right? He went to Vancouver. And Miguel says he's a Fire fan. We were hoping that you would get Kevin De Bruyne or Neymar this season, but obviously those two are not going to happen. Elon Don says, OMG. Vamos Sanders says, is a transfer already confirmed? I mean, it's all but confirmed. Him and Tottenham have agreed that he wants to leave. He's been in negotiations with LAFC, which we'll read a report here by Fabrizio Romano. I mean, it's pretty much a done deal at this point. It's a matter of when, not if, it's going to be announced. Mr. says, Son won't sign anything until after the friendly tomorrow. It's in South Korea. They won't want to rock the boat. Before that happens, LAFC are about to gain a load of South Korean fans. That is what we're going to talk about too, because there is a huge Korean population in Los Angeles. There's a Korean town, if I'm not mistaken. They are going to probably, I don't know how many of these people are fans of LAFC already, but I would assume that they will be now. I would assume that they are going to show a lot of interest. And also too, Son is the biggest, like I said in this tweet, he is the biggest footballer in Asian history. He's got fans outside of Korea. He's got fans in China, Japan. I mean, all kinds of different places. He is a huge icon in Asian football. William Mayer says, hi, Will. Great news for Major League Soccer. Miguel says, nah, man, I'm tired of LA favoritism. Bamba and Greg aren't enough for Chicago. They shouldn't. They should sign a big name for sure. Vamos Sanders says he's got plenty left in the tank, and his personality is one where he won't slack off in MLS, but he'll give 100%. Exactly. Son is a team-first guy who plays very hard, and I still think he has a lot of ability left and a lot left in the tank. I think he could be one of the best players, if not top 3 to 5 in Major League Soccer. I mean, the guy is playing at Tottenham. He scored 17 goals in the 2023-2024 season, which we'll look at his stats here in a little bit. Then he scored 7 last year for a Tottenham team who wasn't any good. And some people were trying to say that he is washed. He's not what he used to be. And you know what? That might be true because he's 33 years old. The chances of him being what he was 4 or 5 years ago are slim. But the context is his team was not good last year. They finished like 16th or 17th, if I'm not mistaken, in the Premier League. He had no help around him. When you have a team that's bad and you're the best player or one of the best players, it puts a lot of pressure on you. And it also makes it more difficult because the other team knows what you're going to do, which limits your chances. So I think that we have to take that in context of what he did last year and what team he was playing for. That is why he had a down season in 2024, 2025. Wayne Bender says, do you still think Neymar could come to MLS? Sorry, I'm trying to save my voice. I got a live stream tonight for the Inter Miami match. Yes, I do think he could still come to MLS. I think Neymar is likely to go to Inter Miami still. I think he's going to rejoin Messi in Inter Miami. That's my thoughts. I don't think he's going to go to any other MLS team. I think he's Inter Miami bound. Mr. says he's almost a deity in South Korea. He is. He's like a godlike figure in South Korea. And here's the thing, too. We need to talk. Okay, let's just read what Fabrizio said first. Let's read what he said about Son. I thought I had this tweet pulled up already. Let me find this tweet real quick. He tweets a lot. It's busy season for Fabrizio. Okay. So Fabrizio reported nine hours ago. He says LAFC are optimistic to get Son deal done with agreement very advanced at final stages. Son has made his decision to leave the Spurs and things can now accelerate. Which to me implies that this thing is almost done. It's just it's a matter of crossing your T's and dotting your I's. He told Tottenham he wanted to leave. And there were a lot of people skeptical if he was going to tell Tottenham he wanted to leave because he's obviously a Tottenham legend. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video down below. Let's get to 100 likes. Forgot to mention that earlier. Like the video down below if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. We are close to 8,100 subscribers. We're like 20 away. We are just accelerating. This is the biggest MLS content channel that there is. We put out the most videos about MLS. We get the most numbers about MLS. This is the biggest MLS channel that there is. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification. Let's get to 10,000 by the end of this year. I think we're going to hit 10,000 comfortably by the end of this year, especially with all the news that we have and everything that's left to talk about. But I think that this is huge for Major League Soccer. I want to know what you guys think. I got some backlash. I want you to tell me yes or no. Is Son a top 5 signing in Major League Soccer history? Is Son a top 5 signing in Major League Soccer history? I want to know what you guys think. Mr. says he is not the same as 26, 27-year-old Son, but he's definitely still a good player. I think he could still score maybe 15 to 20 goals in Major League Soccer. I think he could easily do that. Vice Rosa says Miami, LAFC, Vancouver are the only MLS clubs that have high-profile players right now, and the Galaxy. LAFC going to be Tottenham 2.0. Well, they've shifted, right? They were LA French club, right? Now they're just expanding their horizons, right? They're starting to sign players based on their quality, not. And by the way, this is essentially the replacement. We didn't talk about this. This is the replacement signing for Griezmann. Griezmann was supposed to be the guy at LAFC. He was supposed to be the person who was going to lead the team going forward and be the face of the franchise for the next several years. But now that's going to be Son. Son is going to be the face of the franchise, the face of the club for the next several years, and he's younger. Now, I don't know how you guys would feel about which player is currently better between Griezmann and Son. I think it's closer than maybe people would admit. So I think if you're not going to get Griezmann, if he's not willing to leave Atletico to come to LAFC, getting Son is a very good, if you want to call it a consolation prize, I mean, that's very good. I would take that. How many teams would want him? And he has options. He could have stayed in Europe, but and he also, which this hasn't been mentioned, he got a lucrative offer in Saudi and he turned it down. He got a lucrative offer in Saudi Arabia and a huge transfer fee. I think they were going to offer Tottenham, and he turned it down to stay at Tottenham, and now he is essentially probably turn. He probably has offers from Saudi right now to go there, and he would rather go to LAFC. Wayne Bender says yes, it's a top 5 signing. Vamos Sounder says yes because he isn't that washed. He's still very dynamic. Mr. Mister says he would say so. LAFC now need to sell Bouanga and bring in a striker. Well, the thing is, I don't think they're going to sell Bouanga because their number one target or club they were negotiating with was Club America, and they're about to sign a French left winger from the Saudi league. I just can't remember what his name is, but they've already got something lined up. No one wants to live in the Middle East over LA. I agree 100%, especially if you have money. Maybe even if you don't have money, no one wants to live there over LA. Naren says, no way LAFC selling Bouanga. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. He's 31 years old. His stock is as high as it's ever going to be. And I think that there's a chance he could be sold for the right price. They're not going to sell him, but for the right price, I think that he could be sold. Miguel says LAFC plays Chicago next weekend. Any chance we see a debut for Son? Probably not. And I need to talk on this as well. Son is not going to play in Leagues Cup because LAFC are going to be eliminated from Leagues Cup. They have underwhelmed in their first couple games, and essentially you have to be damn near perfect in Leagues Cup and to advance to the next round, and which is called the seeding round. LAFC only have 2 or 3 points. They would need a lot to go in their favor to sneak in, and I just don't see that happening. So we probably won't see Son start until it will be an MLS debut instead of a Leagues Cup debut. That's going to be the first time we see him. Vamos Sounder says, where does this put Bouanga? Does he get pushed to the right side now? Someone had mentioned, I don't know if this would happen, but someone had mentioned that they might try to play Son up top. I don't know how that would work out. I'm sure he could probably be good up top at this point, but that was one suggestion that was said to me a couple weeks ago when this thing started to gain some traction. I would assume he would play on the left side, but I don't know. He might be able to play up top. So it's official. I mean, it's all but official. Like they haven't crossed their T's and dotted their I's yet, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, he wants to come here. LAFC definitely want him to be here. He's already told Tottenham he's leaving. Like, it's just a matter of when, not if. When is it going to happen? Not if it's going to happen. Soccer Production says he's going to the right wing unless Son plays striker. I think Son could play striker. Son could play striker. I really do. Vice Rosa says, aside from the hate that Messi in Miami is receiving from the whole fandom, you have to give him props for attracting other superstars to come play for this league. The GOAT effect, super effect. I was talking to a friend before we went live, and I said that I wish this would have happened last year. It is kind of a shame that it took 2 years of Messi being here before we started to see high-level players with big names or name recognition come to Major League Soccer. It took 2 years instead of happening the next year. I wish it would have happened sooner, but it's better late than never. Like, there's that famous meme where it shows Ronaldo at a booth and it shows Messi at a booth and it shows Messi with 2 players and it shows Ronaldo like 20 players that are signing up to come to the league. I think that's starting to change. I think there are players that are starting to come to MLS that maybe some people thought never would come to MLS. I think there's people that maybe thought that Son would never come to Major League Soccer. I think some people thought he might finish his career in Europe, that he would never give MLS the time of day. But here we are. He is likely to come to LAFC. And look, this is top 5. This is a top 5 signing in MLS history. I'm telling you, it's going to be temporary because Messi is who he is. But I'm telling you right now, as soon as Son signs with LAFC, he is going to have the most popular jersey in MLS. It will be the most sold and bought jersey in Major League Soccer. Now, it might be short-lived, but it's going to happen. You're going to see Son jerseys all over Asia. You're going to see them all over California, the United States. You're going to see them everywhere. I don't know about you guys, but when I go out and I see people wearing kits, I normally see someone wearing a Tottenham number 7 Son jersey. You're going to see this everywhere in LA. You're going to see this everywhere in California, and you're going to see this everywhere in Asia. Kind of like when Marco Reus signed with LA Galaxy, it was when, not if. Yes, but this is a bigger deal than Marco Reus, I would say. Mr. says it's a lifestyle, and it's the lifestyle in the United States. It's similar to most of Europe. Saudi isn't. No, I mean it is. The United States has so many cultures, and it has so diverse that a lot of people love the idea of living here because there's somewhere that they can fit in and it feel like home. Harry Kane is rumored to leave Bayern. Maybe he will follow Muller. Yeah, if they gave him 50% of the franchise or the team, maybe. Miguel says this may open up the Asian market to MLS going forward, which is what we need. We really need to get the Asian market. We need to get the Asian viewer to start watching Major League Soccer. I think they might do it a little bit because of Messi, but I think they're definitely going to do it now. Kevin Lee says Sonny is going to LA. That's shocking. I mean, I think it makes sense. If he was going to come to MLS, wouldn't he go to LAFC? Wouldn't that be the team he would go to? Messi effect. CONCACAF Edgar says hi. I mean, I'm friends with Edgar. Hey, what's up? I'm friends with him. Vice Rosa says, speaking more about MLS, Connecticut is making a club. Well, not officially yet. I don't know if Connecticut will ever get an MLS club. But listen, let's talk about his production too. I'm pulling this up. I'm going to pull up his transfer market profile. So they say he's worth 20 million euros. I think they're going to be able to get him for around 10 million. If I had to guess, that's just my guess. LAFC have leverage because he says he wants to leave. His contract runs out in 2026. Okay. So if they don't sell him now, he would just be able to leave in the winter for free because you can sign a new deal with your team 6 months before. So LAFC have all the leverage here. Son has the leverage here. He could leave for free in 6 months, or they can get a transfer fee now. So I think 10 million is very fair for him at this point. I think that what other options do you really have? He's been offered to Saudi, and he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go. So I think that would. I think that this makes too much sense. It's a win-win for both clubs, and also too, the coach has essentially said he's out of the plans. They don't see him going to. They don't see him playing for the club in 2020, 2025, 2026. So when the coach, the manager is saying, hey, you're not really in our plans going forward, I mean, that also is going to tank your transfer value. That's going to tank your transfer value. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So this is Son's stats from the last couple years. All right. So we talked about his production. I mean, he has been hurt a couple times, but I mean, he's played most of the games. Like, it's not like he has played 30 games or more in every season he's been at Tottenham, except for his first year. He's played 30 games or more. And he had 7 goals in 2024, 2025. Like I said, that's not bad considering he played on a really bad team. And then he had the year before in 2023, 2024, a year ago, he had 17 goals in 35 matches in the Premier League, the best league in the world. The best league in the world. Anyone saying that I saw somebody on Twitter trying to say that this is going to be another Giroud signing. Giroud was 38 years old when he signed with LAFC. Son is only is only 33. He's 5 years younger. I don't even know how you could compare the two signings. And also, too, Giroud's never scored 20 goals in the Premier League. Giroud's just not that kind of guy. Like at their peaks as players, in my opinion, Son is a way better player than Giroud. Not to disrespect Giroud, but Son was legitimately a top 5 player in the Premier League when he was at his best. When he was at his best. Hell, he was arguably a top 10 player in the world when he was at his best. Was Giroud ever considered a top 10 player in the world? I don't think so. Mr. says, I'll probably make Asians look like Asian players look at MLS as a legit option. I'm hoping that happens. Michael says Neymar to Miami in 2026 winter transfer window. His contract with Santos expires late 2025. I think that could happen. Son has so much to give it to the game at 33 years old. I agree. I don't know what the people are talking about. I don't understand what their concerns are. I think he's going to dominate MLS. Guys, we got 70 of you in the chat. Make sure you like the video down below if you haven't already. Let's get to 100 likes on this video. Huge MLS news, like I said. Son is coming to LAFC and MLS, which is big. This is the biggest MLS content channel that there is, bringing you guys all the news, all the coverage, all the opinions. Make sure you like the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, we are close to 8,100 subscribers. We're trying to hit 10K by the end of this year. 10,000. I think we will easily hit that because of the support you guys show us and the help you've given us. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Let's see. Mr. says, I'll say it. Son is a better player than Giroud. He is. Is that really debatable? Comparing Giroud to Son or even Muller too is just the fact that if the current players in their respective new clubs can understand what these guys want to play tactically. Zen says, what position will Son play? I think he's either going to play left wing or he's going to play striker for LAFC. He's either going to play left wing or striker. I think that there's a chance he might play striker. Mr. says he was still pretty useful to Premier League players last year. And his team was bad. His team was terrible. Kevin Hernandez says we are getting Palistri and Bothra. We still the best. Yeah. Okay. Next question. We got a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to probably end the stream because I got some stuff I got to do before the watch along tonight, which I hope to see you guys at. How does signing Son make LAFC a contender for the 2025 MLS Cup? Does signing Son to LAFC make them a contender for the 2025 MLS Cup? Yes or no? You guys let me know in the comment section down below or in the chat. I'll tell you what I think. I think it does if Son is what I think he still is. If you can have a player who dominates MLS, creates chances, and scores goals, then I think that you can win MLS Cup. Now, LAFC is kind of a disaster right now, and I mean that more of like inconsistent. They are good, they're bad. They're never just consistently one or the other. They're consistently inconsistent, and Dolo's a bad coach, by the way. We have to mention that, which maybe Son will link up with his former Tottenham coach. Maybe that's in the works. Who knows? Either way, I think that LAFC are going to be a contender if they sign Son because he can be a true difference maker and dominate the team or the league. And I think that he could carry this team on his back. Will they win MLS Cup? I don't know. Can they win MLS Cup? Yes. And I will say, this is the biggest signing. If it's top 5 in MLS history, then it's the biggest signing in LAFC history. It's bigger than Carlos Vela. It's bigger than Giroud. It's way bigger than Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale was washed when he came to LAFC. I seen some people saying this isn't even as big as Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale was washed. His options were nil. when he came over to LAFC. That's why he signed a TAM deal. Nobody really wanted him at that point. He was cooked. Son would have several options other than LAFC. So this will be the biggest signing for the club in its history. Oh, we got some news. Okay, let's see. Okay, yep. So 1 minute ago, Fabrizio just said, Son and LAFC deal set to be sealed very soon. So it's happening. It's happening, guys. It is happening. Son is going to LAFC. Son is signing with LAFC. It is a huge deal for the league. I'm excited to see what happens. I think he's going to dominate the league. I'm excited to see what happens with who else comes to MLS, maybe from Asia, maybe just people he knew, or Tottenham, players he's played with at Tottenham. Who knows? Just this is a big deal, though. And it's going to bring more eyes and attention on the league, which is what they need. You have to have star power. And MLS is finally doing that outside of Messi, which is a good thing. It's a great thing. This is a big deal. This is top 5 signing of all time in Major League Soccer. And I think when he plays a full season with LAFC in 2026, he's going to score 20 goals. He's going to be an MVP level candidate for LAFC in 2026. And he's going to be good enough in 2025 to help this team compete for an MLS Cup and really show what he has left in the tank. So I'm excited to see what happens. I hope you guys are excited to see what happens. There's going to be more news to cover when it comes to Son to LAFC, MLS news in general. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We will see what happens. Mr. says, raid the J League now. There's some real talent in Japan. There is some very good talent in Japan for sure. We will see what happens. There are more news. There's more transfers that are going to happen. I'm excited. This is the best time of the year for me, and hopefully this will be the off season for MLS in the short term future, or it will be in the when they change the calendar. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure you give it a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys tonight for the Inter Miami live watch along. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll see you guys later. Peace.